Hey guys, welcome to another episode of F1 2021 Career Mode here on the ChesnoidPlays channel. We're in Spain today. Normally the second race of the season. Of course, the third race of the season this year because now Portimao's been added to the calendar. Jeddah is on the way in November, and we should have Imola in October in between. So the other new tracks are on their way, but for now, just Portimao that's out on the game. It's going to be a fully wet qualifying and then a fully dry race. And with it being Spain, don't know what's going to happen in this one. We've had a solid start to the season, and happy enough with the start to the season so far. An 8th in Bahrain before our upgrades kicked in, so we were still the 5th fastest team on paper, and then a 5th in Portimao where we felt like the AI were a little bit strong. But you can see from the R&D progress, boom, we're in the ascendancy. And for the first time ever, we are supposedly, on paper, the fastest car. However, in Spain and Monaco, I'm rubbish. So we might not be challenging for a win or a podium in Spain, but hopefully good points again at the very least. But we shall have to wait and see. Hopefully, though, it can be an enjoyable weekend. I do like the track at Spain. I'm just not very quick. But hopefully we can be quicker today. Drop the video a like if you're enjoying this save. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more. Link in the description down below so you can come and watch these streams live over on Twitch. But for now, it's time to head to Barcelona. Not sure how we're going to do in quali here. Not sure how we're going to do. The car feels decent. It's just a case of how competitive we are with everybody else. Our best time currently is good enough for a P7. Obviously, we know it's not my strongest track, but I'm definitely fastest through Sector 1 by a margin. But Sector 2 and 3, as you can see, 6/10 off, 6/10 off. Not my strongest track. But we know that the AI are really strong here. But we should be scoring good points here, hopefully. We should be scoring at least the top 7 finish with strategy. We've so far finished like
our top 3, who are
finished what? 21st and 13th here so far, or 19th and 13th, I think, in our history here at this track. So I should be able to tell check from the workstation. So season 1 we were 19th, but that was dead last by like half a minute. Season 2 we were 13th, significant improvement, and this year we should hopefully be a step further still. Gearbox wise we're okay, there's no worry about that. Engine component wise we're absolutely fine. So time to go to, well, what actually unfortunately is a wet quali, but we'll wait and see how a wet quali pans things out, because we might be quick in the wet. Unlikely. Very unlikely. We might be slow in the wet. More likely. Pretty more likely. I'm still not quite level 15. Give me level 15 so I can buy some more contract perks. Driver perks. Bloody hell. It's painfully close. When's the rain come? The rain isn't happening. So the forecast is actually wrong. Quite considerably wrong. It said 60% chance of rain in the forecast. Actually, the rain doesn't come for another hour. The rain doesn't come till right at the end of quali. Right, we should be able to go out on this set of tyres, though, and put in a lap that will put us through at the first attempt to Q2. You hope. We're going to do a 14 flat. That should be good enough to see us through quite comfortably. Still 8/10 a lap off the bloody Red Bull. Into the 12s? Christ! Daniel Ricciardo into the 12s. George 112.5! Well, George Russell likes it round Spain, it seems. We've got loads of time in hand. We've got well over a second in hand for the drop zone, so we don't need to worry about that. We're comfortably through to Q2. Esteban Ocon just pips me into 10th place at the end. It's not a problem, but George looks quick here. Thank you for the follow, Tafafile. Or Tafafield. Welcome to the channel, pal. Jesus, George is quick. Really quick. Now he's got the first fastest car underneath him. George Russell is probably going to show me up for how average I truly am. What's the weather going to do? Because that's going to dictate what happens here. The weather looks like it's supposed to be fine for now. So I will go out on the worn set. It's going to rain in 15 minutes time, which is before the end of the session. I'll go out now on the worn set, and I'll go out halfway through the session on a fresh set. I won't wait till the end of the session. We'll do this lap. We'll put a bank lap in. We'll pit, and we'll then immediately go back out on a fresh set of dries and try and beat the rain. Felt like a pretty decent lap actually, but it's still going to be in the 14.3. Right, I'm going to immediately go back out on softs, a fresh set of softs, to try and avoid the rain, because it is going to start raining any moment. So we need to get a fresh lap out, or a lap in on fresh softs. I'm not waiting any longer. I set my bank lap and we're going to go, because I think it's going to start to rain before the end of the session, meaning that the best running is now. That puts us P7. I'm not going to go again. Now hopefully it now rains. Hopefully the rain comes out now and no one else can improve. 14 flat appears to be our pace. Everyone else on the mediums to try and get through. So strategy-wise, we will be running, as it looks right now, an alternate strategy to everybody else. Lots of drivers out on track right now. Sainz clearly caught up behind an AlphaTauri. Yeah, a lot of people out on softs trying to get through. Those of us with the yellow triangle on are still in the pit. So the front 7 of us are still in the pit. Sainz has gone out on softs. This might be touch and go actually at the end of the session. We're 8th. We're 9th. And those behind were going a little bit quicker as well. We might just have been picked out to 11th. We have been. We have been just pipped to 11th as Callum Ilott goes fast on his set of softs at the end of the session. And we thought the rain was going to come early. Oh, earlier than it did. Verstappen with a 112.2. Christ. We thought the rain was going to come earlier than it evidently has done. He said it was going to start raining before the end of the session. It didn't. And as such, we did our fastest lap earlier in the session and didn't have the benefit of track evolution. As such, we've been knocked out there. But P11 with our own choice of tyres is better than P8 and no choice of tyres. So we can go alternate on strategy if we wish. So that may actually work in our favour. It's going to be a completely dry race. We don't expect any rain whatsoever. So fingers crossed, it should be pretty straightforward for us, pushing forward from 11th to try and get ourselves some decent points today. It does look like the
George Russell will begin today's
George on pole. And it did rain, look, 121s. 121s. So George Russell on pole. Hamilton, Leclerc, Sainz, Verstappen, Robert Schwartzman, Perez, Norris, Ricciardo and Ilott did come 10th in the end in the rain. We're 11th for the free choice of tyre.
And Gasly, Tsunoda,
Latifi in 16th in the Williams.
And Lance Stroll.
Stroll struggled. Stroll really struggled actually.
Schumacher,
Russell in the rain. Rainmaster, so it seems.
Which of these talented drivers will come?
Mazepin at the back. Right, so
now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this
there you
form
go.
and aim for
It does
another
reckon
top
that a
10 finish.
two-stop is quicker for us. And that's what I was planning on doing, but I'll do it the other way around. Edit strategy. We will go soft, medium, soft. Those tyres are going to wear quite fast though. We might have to go soft, medium, medium, you know. I might go medium, soft, soft then in that case. I think it's going to be medium. I think it's going to be medium soft by the looks of things. It's looking more likely to be a medium soft. I'll try a medium soft. I don't know as we're actually going to be able to pull that off. Medium soft is the initial plan then. Medium soft. We will underfuel. Well, not underfuel. We'll drop the fuel by a little bit, but we might need to. We might need to save some fuel at some point in the Grand Prix. I think we're okay on fuel economy. I'm not sure. Regardless, that's the strategy we'll go with. 32 laps on the mediums, followed by 17 laps on a soft, and 17 laps on a soft is the initial plan. We'll do a prediction, and we'll say we're starting P11. I'll show you the other alternate strategies. So at the front, George, Lewis and Leclerc start on mediums. Sainz, Verstappen and Schwartzman on softs. Callum in front of us on softs. And the other Red Bull and both McLarens also on mediums. So we'll say, will we finish P6th or higher? P6th or higher. The prediction will begin. I'll go for a quick toilet break. And then it's Spanish Grand Prix time. Here we go. Oh, a quick drop of the lights. Wasn't prepared for that. You see those behind are quick off the mark, but it's quite narrow track here. I'm going to hold my position here. Maybe try and sneak around the outside of someone. I could try and go for the outside of Callum Island. I'm worried about him pinching into me exactly the way that he did there. And me getting caught. And I did have an Alpine Vespa knock-on, just having a look at my inside there, but he decided against it. Now, Eilert is going to get frustrated, I imagine, in these early stages behind medium runners. But how quick that Alpine is on softs compared to the others on mediums, I'm not sure. He might actually just be slower on softs to the other cars in front on mediums anyway. So it might not matter that much for him. George has lost the lead, however. George has lost the lead. The Mercedes has taken him. Lewis Hamilton leads the Grand Prix. George lost the lead on turn 1 at lap 1, unfortunately. So we're going to try and take these tyres as far as we can. It will give us an indication of what the strategy might look like. The initial plan is to go medium soft. But I don't know as tyre wear will allow that. We might have to go medium soft medium or medium soft. Charles Leclerc is in the pits on lap 1. Charles Leclerc in the pits on lap 1. So he must have gotten front wing damage in the melee at turn 1 right from the start. That's gained us a place and helps our race. Thank you for the follow, ICTV. Welcome to the channel, mate. I'm not sure what strategy those that started on mediums are doing. They might be doing a similar sort of strategy to us with a 2-stop, or they might be doing what was initially the default suggested strategy, which is a 1-stop, a mediums to hards stop strategy. As of yet, unclear. Any time lost behind Callum Ilott at this stage of the Grand Prix is vital.
Will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Have to stick close, relatively close to through the third. Oh God, through the third sector, which apparently is hard to say, let alone to drive. So I can try and take him into turn 1. If the straight is long enough, which it should be. We're going to go for Callum Ilott. He's going to go defensive. Is he? Not super defensive. Going to go aggressive though. He's going to try and hang it around the outside, but we'll see him off. Thank you, pal. Up to P9. Right, let's get after those McLarens, shall we? There are 3 cars, although I think Leclerc may have been one of them. Leclerc may have been one of them. There were 3 cars that started on softs. He wasn't. Verstappen, Sainz and Schwartzman. So Leclerc has gone medium so far, unfortunately for him, but had front wing damage from contact at the start. Earns us an extra place in the Grand Prix. Now we find out whether the car has the pace to cope with the big boys at the front, although they, annoyingly, aren't going to be able to DRS off each other. Which is why it's so crucial to stay as close to them as possible at the start of a Grand Prix, because if you get lost out the back of a DRS train. It's so difficult to try and win that back.
You're in the top 10
Tyres
now.
are
Keep it
4%
up.
worn. Okay. The mediums are lasting really well so far. Really well. So McLaren's at the moment quite happy to just follow one another and not challenge. Just good for the team, but not the best for me. Provided these mediums last, we will be able to do the medium soft that we were hoping to. Hopefully tyre wear comes in our favour later in the Grand Prix. Because our car is pretty decent on its tyre wear, and you're right, Callum Oilott has stopped. Those soft tyres did not last him long at all. How good is it though to see 4 cars and 4 different constructors fighting it out for first place?
Gap ahead is 2.6 seconds.
A Mercedes, a Chesnoid Racing, a Ferrari and a Red Bull all challenging for the lead. Schwartzman's in the pits already. Oh, loads of people in the pits. Loads of people in the pits. Okay, that's changed things. They're pitting very early from those mediums. Very early. Oh, were they the soft runners? Were they the soft runners? And they've now switched to mediums. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah. So they'll be going soft, medium, medium, presumably for the rest of the Grand Prix then. George chasing Lewis down really hard. Lewis Hamilton P1, George Russell P2. Something we may see a lot of in real life next year. That's my fastest lap as well, as Max Verstappen now goes and puts in the race's fastest lap.
Okay, the car behind is catching you by 0.5 a lap.
Yes,
5
I
tenths.
know. I swear, if Daniel wasn't in the DRS range at Lando,
Strategy is
we'd be
available
faster
on
than him.
the MFD.
Offering a new strategy now. We're to go to lap 46. Lap 46, they want me to one stop mediums to softs. I'm not sure about that, boys. Still think a medium soft is going to be the way forward. Lap 46? Not a chance in hell am I getting this set of tyres to lap 46. That group behind are gaining. In fact, it's not even the group behind, it's just Max. It's just Max that's going super quick. But Max might be able
The
to...
car ahead is 2.0
Max might be able to
seconds.
drag us up to the back of the McLarens, perhaps. That would be very helpful. 1.7 to Daniel. We are getting there, although Verstappen is now nearly right with us. Red Bull is gaining and gaining fast, but the gap to Daniel is now only 1.4 for us as well. So our tyre wear is so much better than the other drivers in front at the minute. The McLaren's tyre wear is nowhere near as good as ours. Although, to be fair, presumably actually, their tyres are wearing slightly quicker because they qualified on them, and we didn't qualify on this set of mediums. So they'll probably pit before me. But because they qualified on those mediums, they'll probably go medium... They might go medium soft or medium soft medium. They might be able to go medium soft similarly to me, and if they do, then they'll almost certainly stay ahead of me. Max is now right with me. The longer we keep Max behind, the better chance we have of finishing in front of him come the end of the race. Yes, the grind is complete. We are within DRS range of the McLarens. We have worked for 20 laps to close that gap. Now, I'm not going to try and undercut them.
Gap to teammate ahead
I don't really want to change
19.5
strategy. I still want to run the 2 sets of softs. I could maybe pit now for another set of mediums and undercut them, but it would mean I'd have to do a whole nother stint on a set of mediums, and I'd rather just run 2 sets of softs and take them on track, which we should be able to do. What do we reckon, chat? Switch strategies, undercut and go to another set of mediums? Or stick to what we've got so we can still run 2 sets of softs at the end of for the remainder of the race? Stick to what we've got, okay. The majority saying stick. George is in the pits, George is in the
George is
pits.
coming in for his stop.
Lap 25, George is in. Which means these two might pit themselves, actually. Is Lewis in as well? Lewis is in as well. And George is going to come up. Oh, is he, though? Because he might have still been going to his pit stop. Daniel pits. Okay, so we will end up winning this. Oh, George has got out of the pits in front of Lewis. He either took him on track or Oh, there he is, George! Give him room. He's on softs as well. Bloody hell, George is going to be uncatchable. We're on different strategies, so I will let George go. Team orders. I've called it myself. We're letting George go to try and hopefully win the race. And crucially, Lewis has come out behind Max Verstappen as well. So Lewis is now theoretically going to get stuck in traffic, and we might have just won George Russell the race by letting him go there. Yeah, Lando's pitting. George is up to P2. We're up to P3. Still no signs of Sergio Perez pitting though. Checo's not pitting. So we're going to be able to go a substantial amount further on our mediums. We've now lost that DRS from the McLarens, and we're certainly not going to get anything off George. The gap to Sergio Perez is only 5 seconds though. Throughout the course of this Grand Prix so far, he's not gotten a massive amount away from us. That's not an insurmountable target, although I imagine on soft tyres the Red Bull is going to be quicker than us, and probably by more than a margin than he has been on mediums. There's a Haas here getting lapped by George. Get out the bloody way for me and all, Nikita. Don't park it on an apex, pal. I've run really wide there. He's parked it on a bloody apex, but we've managed to get through. George sets the fastest lap of the race, and I'm now very, very, very vulnerable behind. Max is going for it on his fresh mediums. I'm going to try and switch back if I can. Oh, he's parked it right on the apex. We've made contact. Now Lewis is alongside me. I'll double check and see if we actually got any damage from that. Thank you, Russ, for the 3rd month, mate. Yeah, a little bit of damage to the front left of my wing. Actually, I'm already apparently carrying some front wing damage. Although that with front wing damage was already there as well. Apparently, we're already carrying some damage. Oh, the Ferrari's punted me into the wall.
What happened? Let me know you're okay.
I made contact with Lewis here. Only slight contact, and then the Ferrari has just rammed into me. So that's Lewis through as well then. Down to 4th for the time being.
Okay, the car ahead is pulling away from you at the rate of around 2 seconds a lap.
Because it's Lewis Hamilton in a Mercedes on SOS. Those two in front are fighting. Lewis and Max are having a bit of a squabble. That could benefit our Grand Prix.
Dropping a second a lap to the car behind. 1 second.
I think they're probably going to change my front wing at the pit stop. Because of the current damage to it. I don't know where we picked that damage up, because it was already there apparently before we had the little scuff with Max. Don't know where it came from. Personal best lap of the race, even though it was a little bit scruffy. I'm not going to go defensive to Carlos. They're going for it again in front, side by side into turn 1. And it looks like Lewis is going to get through. Lewis is through. He's taken Max Verstappen. A great move. Superb move. And now Lewis will get after George as best he can. So George currently challenging Checo actually for the lead. George currently challenging Checo for the lead and has taken the lead of the Grand Prix again. George Russell leads the Spanish Grand Prix. Mick's pitting. There you go. That's him out of Valtteri's way. Presumably Valtteri's just switched to that set of softs. Checo's in the pits on lap 31, and we are going to pit this lap for a set of softs.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
So Sergio Perez is pitting 1 lap earlier than us, but he's done particularly well to make those mediums go as long as they have. So we're currently P4, but we'll probably... Oh, he's going to hards. Checo to hards. So he is doing the medium to hard strategy that was the default one for us. Daniel Ricciardo out of the session. That's massive. And it didn't look like there was anyone else near him. Yeah, his engine's gone. Daniel Ricciardo's engine has gone pop. That's another place for us in the long run. Although slightly concerned, as that's a Mercedes engine in the back of the McLaren, as is in the back of George's car as well. So into the pits we come then, for our first of, in theory, at present, 2 stops. For a set of softs. We should come out. I don't know where we'll come out. I probably should have checked. Don't know whether they'll change my wing or not. They may do. Lando's gone to hards as well. They're not changing my wing.
Release, release.
Oh, come on!
Okay, you only have to stop once now. One stop left.
So we've got a massive gap. A massive gap back to P8. We are stopping twice now. Sorry, once more. Stopping twice for the whole race. Now we're going to need to make significant progress on this set of soft tyres to make them last to the end. It was 17 laps per tyre, wasn't it? And when we got behind at the time 2 McLarens last time we were in this scenario, we were both on the same tour. All 3 of us were on the same tyre, on the same strategy, with a similar sort of level of wear. Whereas now we've got Lando on slower hards but fresh tyres, Robert on worn mediums, and me on scrubbed softs. So I don't know whether we'll find it easier or more difficult to get past. Because we didn't actually take either McLaren on track, did we? They both pit. And because Robert's got DRS on Lando, that might cause me problems. Forced him wide though, he saw me coming. Can't get past, can't squeeze up the inside. And neither I nor Robert can afford to get stuck behind Lando for too much longer. We both have to pit again, we both need to make progress, but could maybe try and get him into turn 4 or 5. Maybe around the outside of 4. Tsunoda's spun. Tsunoda's spun there.
Okay, clear.
The hell just happened to Yuki Tsunoda? Oh, we've got a bit of a run on Robert now. Don't know what happened to Tsunoda. Won't get the chance to check. George is in the pits.
George is in the pits. George in the pits.
So he went medium, soft, and presumably medium again at this stage. We're past Robert. Weird that Yuki just spun there. He must have maybe clipped Lance Stroll. And now hopefully it'll be easier to get past Lando on his own than it was Stroll. This should be pretty straightforward, this one. Lando's gone defensive. We'll go around the outside, but we'll get it done quite comfortably. Time to chase after Checo and extend the gap back to Lando.
Great maneuver. You made it look easy.
If I can get past Checo, or at least catch Checo before...
Hamilton has just put up the fastest lap of the race so far.
Before we pit again, then that'll put us in a good position. But it is taking us a while to close Checo here, and the gap was only a few seconds, to be fair. Sainz is in the pits, Schwartzman's in the pits. They'll both be going to sets of mediums. Here it is, Carlos Sainz. So that's a gap, or that's an overtake we're actually going to have to make again on track if we want to finish ahead of Carlos.
The car behind by a few seconds per lap. Keep this up.
Carlos Sainz behind us hasn't really threatened us throughout the course of this stint so far. At the same time, he's just not going anywhere, is he? The gap to Lando is barely growing as well, only by like a tenth or two a lap, which is nowhere near big enough. I might pit now for mediums, you know. Fuel's fine. Because these soft tyres just going off so quickly that And I've got another 4 laps to do on them yet. I'm just going to pit now for mediums. Medium, soft, medium is the stint we're going to run. Just hasn't worked, unfortunately. And the gap to Lando is... The gap to Lando's growing, but also the gap to Checo's growing, so... We're not getting any faster, even with the fuel going down, so I might as well just change tyres, because these softs are just not a very good race tyre, unfortunately, so we will pit for the second and final time. And perhaps regret slightly not changing strategy when we thought about it behind the McLarens to undercut them and go into another set of mediums. Turns out, in hindsight, might have been the better option.
Up to speed now.
2.5 second stop. We're going to come out just behind Robert, who's there. So we're down to 8th. About 20 odd laps to go. 19 laps to go. Safety car would significantly change things, but at the minute it looks like Robert's actually quicker than me. Initially, Robert pulled away from us, but now that we're up to temperature, we're starting to eke away at that gap again. Captain Lando is coming down, but probably not by enough to mean that we'll catch him before the end of the Grand Prix. We're fine on fuel.
Okay, try to overtake him.
I'll try, Jeff. 15.9, another personal best lap of the race. That gap to Lando is coming down, you know. 14 seconds now with 15 laps to go. George Russell is probably now favourite for the driver's title this season. Although I'm gauging that off this being one of my weaker tracks, but still. I think I have enough weak tracks that even if I win or have podium finishes at my stronger tracks, I don't think we're going to be able to make the difference. We're right behind Robert now. I'm going to go for it into turn 1. I couldn't see my racing line and my braking point properly. Didn't want to commit and end up causing an accident. Oh, Callum, why would you stop on the fucking apex? What are you doing? Oh my god, they're so bad at letting you through at tight and twisty sections. Now I'm out of DRS range of Robert Schwartzman. So the sun costing me the chance of a move into turn 1 a couple of laps ago. And now fucking batshit crazy, stupid back markers. P6 is probably not going to happen now. Just can't get close enough to him through the 3rd sector. Here we go. Go defensive. Thank you. I'm going to go for the outside line. We're going to get past Robert Schwartzman. Oh, fuck. Fuck it. If I could have just held on to that move against Schwartzman. It's just everything seems to be conspiring against us for getting that P6, doesn't it? It's been a good race with a lot to play for at any given moment. Kimmy's out. Oh no, safety car as I'm past the pits. A safety car as I'm past the pits. I'm not flashbacking, I just want to see what happened to Kimmy. Oh, he's put it in a wall. Kimmy's put it in the wall. I'm not going to flashback. But I will box this lap for a set of softs. I won't lose any positions. I've got a free pit stop behind me. Why would I not box? If other people pit, then I'll stay out. But if everybody else stays out, then I'm pitting. You say George will win this race now, but I mean, I don't know. He got taken on lap 1 into turn 1, of course, at the start from pole. Right, I need a great stop now, lads. I need an absolutely banging stop, please. Nailed the pit entry. We should be okay. Should be a cheaper stop because, obviously, he's having to stick to a delta at the minute, Charles Leclerc. So we got a free stop.
Go, go, go. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
There goes Leclerc, fuck. Safety car's not in this lap, though. We might have a 2-lap sprint to the end. Or even a 1-lap sprint. No more DRS, though, for the rest of the Grand Prix. And there will be a melee as lapped drivers try and get out of the way. There's Gasly and Mick Schumacher in between ourselves and Schwartzman. Got to get past Leclerc as well, of course. Two laps. A 2-lap sprint. Leclerc got all out of shape there. And they just zipped back onto the racing line. What's that about? Oh, wait, thought I might be able to get him. Probably around the outside of turn 4, I stand a better chance. There's loads more lapped cars going to have to try and jump out the way. Tsunoda's binned it again.
Okay,
And he's out of the race.
An incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now.
My
Just be careful.
God, that gap closed on us, didn't it? Fucking hell.
This is your
Final lap, trying to
lap
gain
of
on
the race.
Leclerc. Slow down, Lance! Get out the bloody way! Fuck it. Why is Lance Stroll just fucking slamming it at still full race pace, not allowing me to go for a bloody move? Fuck you, Lance. If you'd have just slowed down and got out of the way... We'll try and get Leclerc around the outside of turn 4. It's not going to work. Oh, fuck Lance Stroll. Stupid AI on this game. Why would he not just slow down? Lance hasn't finished. The race hasn't finished. Lance can't have finished his race before the race is finished. Bottas nearly spun it there as well. Now he's got in Leclerc's way. I'm up the inside. No! Oh, the other Aston Martin's worked in my favour. We're back up to P8. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether he's a lap down or not. His race is still going on. He should get out of the fucking way. That wasn't such a... Lewis won the race, for fuck's sake, George! I told you fucking George wouldn't win the race because Lewis took him on
Okay, pick up rubber.
lap 1 at the start. Fucking hell. What a clusterfuck. Fucking AI drivers just getting in the way when you're trying to overtake people whilst they're getting lapped. Slow down! Why was Lance still going about 5 miles an hour slower?
It was a question of right place.
Slow down! Get out of the fucking way!
Race before the safety car came out.
George has bottled a fucking win as
I
well.
can see the drivers starting to approach the podium.
For fuck's sake!
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. After an incredible performance, Lewis Hamilton...
Furious. Furious.
That was an exciting race from our perspective. Let's have yours.
Shit!
How do you feel seeing your teammate up on the podium?
Oh, I'm so proud. If you hadn't
You
fucked it
lost
up.
your teammate today. Was it just not your day?
George
Do
is
you think
quick,
you were
and I
lucky
hate
not to
Spain.
end your race with that crash?
No comment.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Oh, fuck. I'm so annoyed. We should have pit behind the McLarens and undercut them and switched strategy. And then from there... Oh, finally! The silver lining. We are driver level 15. We are driver level... What? Score 5 Constructors' Championship points? We got 22! And it didn't register. Fuck me! What? Fuck no. Apologies for all the language at the end of this video, but fuck no. Give me a break. Let's make George better with simulator training, shall we? Because he clearly fucking needs it. Ah! Right, chassis complete. Aerodynamics is complete. Of course it failed. Ugh. Right, I can now buy some more driver perks for me. Not that it matters at this stage anymore. We've still got our sponsors, haven't we? We've still got sponsors. Right, facility-wise, not there. We can go and do the personnel. I haven't got enough. I haven't got enough to do the personnel. I can do that. How long has George's contract got left on it? Ages. Okay, we'll do that then. Let's put some money into the analysis. Sweet. Oh, it's so frustrating.
It looks like our driver has an issue. We need you to step in here. Thanks. I know these kinds of decisions can be challenging, but I think you made the right call.
Oh. Honestly, screw the Spanish Grand Prix weekend.
I know we were expecting some new developments to come through, but some of them have failed quality. Thanks for handling that.
I'm not going to go to the press interview because he'll just ask the same questions again. And we are... Like, oh no, I can afford it with a discount. There we go. Right. That will be everything upgraded on the car. Thankfully, there was a discount on that. That will be everything upgraded on the car. Aero, chassis, and powertrain-wise. That will be ready by the middle of June. Oh, it's Monaco next. Yay. I'm 10th in the driver's standings. We are 4th in the constructors, closing in on Ferrari. George, why did you have to bottle that win, pal? You literally had to lead for 2 laps. You had to hold on for 2 laps after the safety car, and you fucking bottled it. Sad noises. Oh, Christ. Right, well, let's just see what the weather's going to be like at Monaco, shall we? Before that, the pain of that Grand Prix kicks in for the next race weekend. Yay! Ay, ay, ay. Christ alive. I'm not going to sim Monaco. Never going to sim a race. I still want to do the races. So I want to see how we progress. Oh, it's going to be an interchangeable Grand Prix. And he won't show me the weather. Where's my weather forecast? Where's my weather forecast email? Huh? Honestly, it just gets worse. So, dry P1 and P3. Don't know what's going to happen. Don't know what's going to happen weather-wise for the quali in the race because it won't bloody tell me. Oh my lord, I want to drown. Oh, thank you for the follow, Gig Cash and Max the Axe. Welcome to the channel, guys. We will try and reload and see if it will give me a weather email, but I doubt it. It's broken! It's broken! Give me a weather email. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel on YouTube if you aren't already. I've not got a weather email. Oh! Yes, I'll pay out the predictions. Don't worry. We'll do that after I finish the YouTube video. Thank you very much for watching, guys, on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more. It's dramatic, if nothing else. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like. Subscribe if you haven't. Follow the link in the description to the Twitch channel so you can see more FIFA 22 on the main channel very soon as well. So make sure you're subscribed over there. And I'll see you guys on YouTube next time.